Good to go. All right. Welcome. Real estate versus technology unleashed. Super excited. We're doing things different. We have someone behind the camera and behind the technology and a new guest today because normally I'm over here doing everything, but I'm still going to be using the board, having some fun with it. I met an individual at Andy Elliott's event, and they say like your vibe creates your tribe, man. And at the end of the day, like I saw this gentleman, Adrian, next to me, and the vibe. I saw him, he was suited, he was just ready. And so we just vibed out. I'm like, bro, I got to get you on the podcast. We followed each other on Instagram, and here we are today. And the one thing that stuck out for me right here, man, is the fact that you're talking about from the prison table to millionaire mindset, bro. Like that right there is amazing. And so I want to deep dive into it. So it is a wild card episode. So if it's any real estate professionals, mortgage professionals, people in the real estate sector, this is going to be a mindset podcast episode, right? So how to get out of your own way. You know, your vibe creates your tribe. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. So welcome to the show, bro. I'm super excited to have you, man. Let's go.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Of course. So let's get into it, man. So before we get into the story and all the things, let's talk about a little bit this morning. So you said you got up at 6 o'clock. It's early for you. So hey, your early is your early. It don't matter.
Yeah.
And so what was coming up for you, man? So anyone that's going through maybe the same thing you're going through.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this last year has probably been one of the most difficult years I've had in my life. Right?
Really?
From separating from the longest relationship I ever had.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To switching from business dedications, groups, networks, all of that stuff. Everything turned. I got around new people.
Yeah.
Kind of reset my fucking life when I thought that my life was in full spin. You know what I mean? Like I thought, like, all right, now from here I go the long way.
Okay.
But really, boom, it ended.
Wow.
And restart.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow, man. And a lot of people, we had someone on the podcast yesterday, and he said that he went from like making $40,000 in 1 month in real estate to spending it all and having to restart all over again.
Yep.
Back to making phone calls because he didn't have the mindset, didn't set things up properly, and really didn't have the discipline to be able to be ready for that type of thing. So how did you get out of today's kind of funk? Because you said this morning wasn't exactly the way that you wanted it to be.
The gym, brother, right? Like,
that's what's up.
Going to the gym and taking that heart rate to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Starting off with some cardio, then doing some shit so today I did abs.
Okay.
You know
okay. Let's go.
I usually don't do abs, if you can't tell.
There you go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's good.
And so I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going somewhere new. I'm sitting down with someone new.
Let's go.
For some reason I'm off today. I need a breakthrough. How am I gonna break through? It's gonna be the gym. I don't know any other fucking answer. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sometimes my answer's been marijuana. Like I'm a roll a J up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. It's all good.
But it can't be that. It can't continue to be that.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like escaping in the wrong direction. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, man. I mean, that's kind of how this morning went, bro. I listen. When I met you, your energy was on 10.
Let's go.
Like,
bro.
I was like, what's up, brother? What you do? You're like, it doesn't even fucking matter what I do.
Let's go.
Let's connect on energy first.
It's
and I
vibe.
was like, yo, that's real as fuck. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Let me get your number then.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I wanted to respect that energy and come over here with my best self.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to a struggling self. Like, even though it's all mental, like, what's really wrong? Nothing's wrong. Like I look around, everything's perfect.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
100%.
But internally you feel like I don't know, anxious, maybe a little depressed. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I took it on, man.
Interesting, bro. So this morning and last past 2 days, because Andy Elliott told us at the Master Closure Seminar, said, hey, you gotta read Limitless, right? So Tim Grover. So I started reading his book and going through that process, and he said, if you got to take a shot, you got to smoke some weed, whatever. He said, the difference is that if you need to do it to get through what you need to get through is different than doing it because you like to do it.
Right.
You feel me? So that's why it's like, I like that. And for the viewers and listeners out there, if like you feel like you have to do something to get started through the day that's a substance related just to get you through the day, then obviously you don't have your mind right to really be able to get to that next level. 100%. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like if I could do anything to give you the vibe to help you out, to support you, it's like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why I like doing the red light therapy. Every single morning, I get onto that fucking Wim Hof breathing method, 3 sessions. I got the little red light therapy right there in the office at the gym. And it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if I have a headache. It doesn't matter if I'm not feeling energized or whatever. I get my breath right, which gets like just everything. I feel like my blood circulation and everything right. And then I don't even do pre-workout or nothing. Like I might do a little bit of Red Zen tea. Shout out, what's up?
Yeah.
RedZenT.com. Liftoff agent built the website. Wise full time. And I might have a little bit of like tea or something. But other than that, like I did a pre-workout this morning. but it's a treat, you know what I'm saying? So good for you for that, man. I appreciate that. And at the end of the day, it's like, it's so easy for us to get in our heads, you know what I'm saying? And then we just this and that and all the things. And one thing that I'm doing right now is the V shreds. I'm 7 on the 8th day today on V shreds, and I'm counting. V shreds is like macros, count your calories, gym regiment, the whole nine. And so basically right now I'm doing 1900 calories a day, and I'm doing 185 grams of protein a day. And I'm measuring it and weighing all my food out. And then I'm also doing the fasting. So I wake up in the morning and I do the red light therapy, go to the gym, work out, cold water. Then I'm fasting until 12, 1 o'clock. And like literally I'm buzzing, bro. Like I'm just like
vibrating
like crazy. And literally after like 6th to the 7th day, I've been posting like on every platform, short form content, like 3 times a day on every platform on my own, just because I have so much energy. I got to get it out there. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. 100%. So let's get in a little bit more of like your story, man. So like you're talking about like prison to like this millionaire mindset. Like, let's talk a little bit about your backdrop, man. Anyone out there that can relate to what you've gone through, and maybe they're going through it now.
100%. Shoot, man. I mean, you know what's crazy is that things came full circle. So it says from prison tables to millionaire mindsets.
Let's go.
But really, that millionaire shit I've seen since I was little.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've been around big business since I was little, right?
Okay.
I spent my summers in Shorty Skateboards HQ.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I
seen them come from, hundreds of thousands of dollars to 100 million M's. You know what I mean? And just as a kid, I didn't really register all that stuff. Yeah. But that subconsciously affected like who I would become.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
100.
So that was first.
Okay.
Then came the rebellion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get into as I got older, and I was looking for like, how you say this, like, I guess identity.
Interesting. Okay. I can see it.
And also like masculinity. Right?
Yeah.
So like, who is like the man? Who's the top dog? And like who's respected by dudes, and who's wanted by the girls? Like that, those type of things were like running in my head when I'm in middle school. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing like, man, these guys that are fighting everybody, they get all the attention, and like all the girls want them, right?
Okay.
And
Alpha.
Like, I'm a nerd though. Like you're like, because like growing up, I'm like, I'm growing up well. I'm skateboarding. I'm like, I get to do whatever I want, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but middle school comes around, and I'm really influenced by the current pop culture, which was hip hop.
Okay.
And I'm looking around, and I'm like, all right, so like most of my buddies are white, but like I'm brown.
Yeah.
The song's telling me that I'm brown, and that I'm supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so now I'm like, let me see what that crowd's like.
Interesting.
Now I'm hanging out with gangsters.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at first, like, the acceptance was hard, because they're like, bro, you're a skater, bro. You know what I mean?
Damn.
But like, so now it's like, prove yourself.
Yeah.
Get in fights. Show that you're down. Sell drugs. Make money. You know what I mean? Conquer women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that began. And then when I was 17, it reached its climax. It reached its end.
Wow.
And that's how I ended up in prison, man. I was responsible for the death of my best friend.
Fuck, bro.
Yep. And that shit killed me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like that day I died too.
Yeah.
It was
100%.
it was the end of my world. You feel me? I didn't even expect to ever get out. I contemplated really shooting myself right after. But I couldn't, because I had to tell my mom what happened.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I get a little emotional when I speak about it, but like, that's really what happened. And I ran home, and I told my mom what happened.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was at that point where my world ended, and I went into prison for 8 years.
Fuck, bro.
And it was then where I realized, like, your parents were right all along. You shouldn't have been in those crowds. You shouldn't have been doing those things. You know what I mean? And here you are. You're in the consequence of it. So you can't deny it.
Of course.
And so I was like, well, who am I really? And if I wasn't really that, who am I really? And I was like, dude, I'm that fucking kid that was like, am I gonna be a fucking skateboarder on Shorty skateboard? Am I gonna be a designer on their boards? What part am I gonna have in this business? And that's what would excite me.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm gonna do that. All the plans, all the business plans, all the legit shit, all the good shit, all the positive shit is what I decided to fucking focus on at that point.
Damn.
And so now I'm like subscription to Entrepreneur magazine,
Let's go.
Inc magazine, all that shit like that, going into the prison library, grabbing all the antique fucking college courses, that they have in there. You know what I mean? But one thing I learned about that shit because I'm able to compare and contrast to like, all right, so I'm reading this old book on fucking retail and advertising.
Okay.
And it's a college course and it's like ancient, but like I'm able to compare and contrast with like what entrepreneurs showing me is the latest and greatest trends. Right? And I'm like, well, things never changed. They only became more modern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And so the same principles are in modern ways of doing business. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I think so when I started seeing that, I was like, okay, let me start building businesses out on paper.
Okay.
From top to bottom.
Okay.
Right?
Let's go.
Like everything, bro. Like everything excites me. Like strategically paying people a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Strategically letting them work hours that are not typical.
I like that. I like that.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And then of course, like the branding, the creative shit, that's always been me. You know what I mean? Like I'm full of tattoos just like you. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Fuck yeah. You know, I love the culture. I'm from Cali too, bro.
Let's
you know
go.
what I'm saying? So I was born in Santa Barbara and grew up in the 805 area my whole life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Until I was 12 and came out here. But anyways, yeah, dude. So what? We're filled with that culture. You know what I mean? Killer Cali, baby. Let's go.
100%, bro. Damn. I gotta say, first and foremost, like I told you, Real Estate versus Technology Unleashed. And this is a wild card episode. So anyone who's watching right now is real shit. I gotta say, I appreciate you being so like real with us right now and just putting it all on the table. And I heard like, you know, whether it was subject to what you were going through or like when you are in the military and you kill someone, you lose a piece of yourself. Like that's no joke, killing someone or being around that situation. And I was a young kid. I was probably like 5 or 6 years old. And my mom went to go get some heartburn medication. And I watched my grandfather have a mass heart attack in front of my face. I didn't know what that meant. And I didn't really, a completely different story. But like the fact that you went through what you went through, and then you at least you had that influence from the business side of things with the skateboarding. So when you went in, you're like, all right, I'm going to use this productively. Gives me 8 years to get to fucking work. So you spent that time, got to work, did what you needed to do. You got out. And so what's the story look like now?
So, dude, I got out about 7 years ago. While I was in there, I made some significant connections. You'd be surprised who's in there.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, I know you know Call Tattoo.
Yes, sir.
He was just interviewing somebody that's uber successful now. That
Shout out.
He was just in prison. I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember watching some of the clips.
Yeah.
But it's like you'd be surprised who's in there.
Yeah.
And normal people just like you and I.
Yeah.
Lawyers. I met lawyers in there. I met doctors in there.
Wow.
Crazy. And I got nothing but game from them. You know what I'm saying?
That's
business owners, you know,
crazy.
all that shit. So made some significant connections with the Arab community.
Okay.
Shout out my homeboy Amir.
Let's go.
And when we connected, we were like, we're gonna start a business together. Like he's seen like
how
passionate I was about business. He's like, I got this idea. I was like, let me map that out. Let me figure out how the fuck we're gonna make that happen. You know what I mean? And then cool. So all right, when you get out, boom, I get out. I call them a week later. We're at the Arizona Corporate Commission, establishing the LLC, and we started after party hookah. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Now check this out. I did 8 years, bro. So like my first 4 years were very much positive.
That's good.
And one of the reasons was because I had like a little hope in the sky.
That
I would get out early.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was fighting my case, and I'm like, you know, maybe I could get a better sentence. Right. And get my journey going faster. But at the 5-year mark, the feds sent back my habeas corpus, and they're like, there's not going to be any play on it. Right.
Whoa.
So I'm like, ugh. And I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm in an environment that unfortunately influenced me again. And I kind of got back into that street shit and like selling drugs on the inside. Because I was like, in my head, I'm like, dude, you got a fucking prison record. You're full of fucking tattoos. You're burning every bridge that you possibly can with society on purpose. Cause I'm like, dude, I have no option but to be a successful entrepreneur.
Let's go.
You know what I'm trying to say? And so I'm like purposely burning bridges. I'm like, yeah, do the tattoo right here. You know what I mean? Like fuck society.
Fuck it,
right? Yeah. And then eventually I'm like, dude, how am I going to make money? How am I going to fund these projects that I've been so passionately working on? I'm like, well, shit, I know one way to get money. You know what I mean? So I kind of got back into that. Now that kind of led me down a road of darkness, man. And so when I got out, the first thing I fucking did, bro, and you know, I'll just say I don't know how far past statute of limitations or any of those things are concerned, but dude, went straight to it. Got out, went straight to it. Started making money the way I know how. And so after party hookah is a weekend thing. It's a party thing. You know what I mean? So we're getting some money on the weekend, but it's not life-changing money. So what do I got to do the other days? You know what I mean? When who's gonna hire my ass, right? So I got to figure out how to make money. So that's what I'm doing, bro. But eventually, that was the reason why our business fell apart, because we were doing grimy shit. We're selling fucking drugs. And eventually, boom, our business falls apart because me and the relationship falls apart. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother story in itself. But long story short, while we were doing after party hookah, we're serving at Wasted Grain at Paris Club in Scottsdale, all that shit, you know. So it's premium and it's dope. And I'm thinking, well, how do I get more clients? You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh shit, like now I'm on YouTube. You know, modern day digital marketing. What are people doing to get clients? I'm like, okay, boom. I'm going down the rabbit hole of marketing, and then I find some guy named Paul Xavier. And he's basically a media producer that got into digital marketing. Because he found out that he could charge more for his services if he packages it as digital marketing as opposed to just media production. Right? Because you actually bring an ROI value to the customer as opposed to I make you a cool video. You know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
100%. So I get his course for $3,000. I fucking I download all the shit and I study it. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
And then I start realizing like, all right, so these elements I know, like the creative elements, you know, how to emotionally fucking, you know, pull heartstrings and things like that. Those things I know, but you know, how am I matching that up with, you know, our target market? And then when they click on it, we can make them click on the fucking video on the ad, but once they click, then what?
Exactly.
That's a huge question everybody should be asking themselves, right? Like,
exactly.
Once they click, then what? It's a fucking landing page, and that landing page better be designed to convert.
You
know what I'm trying to say? And that's your sales funnel. And then so guess what? It's not as easy as you fucking think. Fucking the ad goes, they click on it, they get on the fucking landing page, and now if you think that you're going to gain a sell at that point, you don't have enough experience.
You don't.
You know what I'm trying to say?
100%.
It's Gary V's give, ask. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like the first part of the value that we gave was in the information or education that we gave in the initial ad video. And then so that was the first time we gave. They felt value. They felt enough value to click. Now they clicked again. Boom. What's that next video? What's the copy above and below that video say? And what are you giving them now? Because that's the only way you're going to be able to get their information. You know what I'm trying to say? And I learned that the hard way. So, you know, just testing different things. But yeah, that's the journey, man. Like, all right, so that's how I got into digital marketing and then started a media production and marketing company.
Wow.
Bam. Got my office downtown Phoenix.
Let's go.
We were doing it up. I went and got a bunch of loans from banks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Got all kinds of equipment, set it all up dope, right? And then I just bit off too much that I could chew too early on in the process. And
I've been there.
100%. So I had to I had to terminate the lease. I had to pump the brakes on everything. This was when they declared that pandemic. You know what I'm trying to say? So now I'm like, what do I do? I got to switch markets because at this time I was trying to close restaurants. And all the restaurants are closed.
Fuck.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, like, all right, switch real quick, bro. Just get other clients.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now I'm spending the next month creating new sales funnels for new clients. And then at the end of that month, I still don't have another client. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So now shit's really closing in on me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I only, I have some money in the bank that I could live off of, but so I terminate everything. And I said, you know what? I've been so obsessed with this journey, and I've been neglecting every other thing, including my son, bro. And I said, you know what? All right, bro. Next 6, 7, 8 months, just hang out with him, do some cool shit. Use the rest of the money that you have to do that cool shit, as opposed to investing back into the business like I was. And I did do that. You know what I mean? We traveled a lot. We spent a lot of time together. But like, I think like 7, 8 months into it, and a friend of mine, the owner of the Reps Tattoos, Shane Estelori, calls me. He's like, yo, I just opened up a shop here in San Antonio.
Let's go.
I need your help with the marketing. So I'm like, I'm gonna fly out there. I'm gonna check it out first. Show me the op, and then we'll go from there. I fly out there for the weekend, and really I fall in love with it. I'm like, damn, man, this feels like this feels like where I'm supposed to be at.
Hell,
you know what I mean? And the shop is clean as fuck. I'll send you the link. They actually have a similar feel to this.
Really? Let's go.
100%. There's a lot of blue and white in that shop.
I like that.
100%. And yo, so we do good, man. We run ads. We're getting mad traffic. We're booked the fuck out. Like, everything is great. But anyways, man, yeah, some shit happened. Where the my friend was still around some guys with some like bad fucking shit. And the cops came, and I never went back. We went to the Body Expo in Los Angeles. And so I'm like, I'm supposed to stay in Arizona for 2 weeks, spend some time with my son. In that first week, boom, the shop gets raided. They pick up my bro, and I'm like, I'm not going back. You know what I mean?
Nah.
So no, I'm staying over here, and I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, that's basically. I know we're probably lost in the journey. But
you're good.
Yeah,
dude.
sure,
that's freaking dope, bro. And like so starting out, a couple things, maybe people know out there don't know. Like, I was doing my thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never got super heavy in anything, and never did any time. But like, just weed. It's legal now. It is what it is. But like, because you have to walk that line. If you go too far over that line, getting into that game, it could fuck you. And like, I knew real quick that I didn't want to work for nobody. Because I tried that, and then like the last job I had was selling cars until a general manager fuck himself, and I never went back.
Hey, me and you both
never went back, bro. You know what I'm saying? And very similar to you, I actually found because I was like back against the wall 2008, 2009 during that down crash, and like I was like, what am I gonna do? Who am I gonna serve? What am I gonna do? And the next thing you know, I found J. Rockcliffe Realtors, a little boutique, brokerage, and I started calling 350 agents to craft a solution to the service we have here today. And now it's like 8,000 agents later. You know what I'm saying? Serve 4,000. Now I got almost 200 agents in 15 states, and I got a team internationally in the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? And it just started a snowball. And then the podcast, if anyone doesn't know, is because of COVID. As soon as COVID hit, how do you connect with people if you can't freaking see them? So then that's why I did the podcast, to connect, so I can keep moving forward and building those relationships, because it's relationships and people first.
All the way.
Fuck the money. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on all that shit, dude. And that's where it's just like, I used to do parties and promotion as well. Used to be called Storm and Norman Entertainment, and I used to get party buses, and I was doing security, and then I got into like parties and promotion and getting party buses and doing the pregame in my house, and then going all that stuff. And then I wised up, you know what I'm saying? Got in my 30s and met my wife off Instagram, and then she was on a whole nother level, and a teacher, and she had all the things, you know what I'm saying? 401k and all the things. And I was like, damn, like, you got it together. But on the business side, I had it together, but not on the personal side. And then 3 years ago, I moved her out here, and it's just, the rest is history. And my goal is to innovate this industry, man. I want to innovate the real estate industry and change the psychology of how they market themselves. Because right now it's FISBOs and making calls and door knocking and all that type of stuff. We're like, hey, no, people buy from someone they like and trust. I got a guy right now, Adam Hancock, over in Florida, from 2019 to 2023 to $300 million in business off his YouTube with 0 ad spend, dude. Just talking in front of a camera. And then he doesn't even transact. He brings in the leads and gives it off to him, her, and whoever that he knows that we're going to connect with one another. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. So I appreciate that story. And I think a lot of people out there, a lot of agents out there, a lot of people viewing this podcast are small business owners. They understand lead pages and running ads and that type of stuff. And to be honest with you, bro, I have not ran one ad to bring in business for this company.
Wow.
None.
That's good.
Not one ad. Everything's been 100%
You're
organic.
a fucking magnet, bro.
I appreciate
you know what
bro.
I'm saying?
I
Like,
appreciate
I
you,
can
bro.
see why you haven't. You know what I mean? And I recently actually stepped into that space, right? So it's like, how do I organically convert clients?
Yeah.
By building these relationships.
Yeah.
I was more behind like the camera and the Google ad before, but now I'm like, all right, so like you don't need that ad spend to connect with them.
Yeah.
But having both is good.
Yeah, why not?
100%,
Exactly, 100%. I mean, I'm dabbling right now. I got a guy who's running some ads, and as we're even talking, I'm like, he wanted to do some of the transit, like the traditional stuff, which like you talked about. And I feel like right now we're kind of in a paradigm shift. Ever since COVID, it brought people to a different level. Like I feel like we're on like if you look at like say consciousness at a level, like we're going like the third to fourth dimension, going to the fifth dimension. And when you think about dimensions, it's like how we connect on a physical level, but in a metaphysical level, like we're going to a different level spiritually. Like we don't need technology and computers and a phone to talk with one another. Like people out there know, like if you had that vibe and next thing you know, like boom, they call you, like I was just thinking about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
that's crazy,
shit.
bro. That's fucking crazy that you're saying that for sure,
dude.
Bro.
100%, bro. Because my wife and I get into all that shit, like fucking the law of the universe, Paul Selig, I am word, like boom, I am word. You know what I'm saying? I am what? As soon as you put emotion, you say I am what? Love. I am tired. Well, you're fucking tired because you said you are. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. And so it's interesting how things are shifting right now. So now, do you focus on like a target demographic, specifically one niche? Or are you just kind of helping business owners and just whatever you can on the marketing side? How do you work your business?
Right. So right now, I'm focused on a contract with Alpha Army. Right.
Okay, that's up.
They have brought me and my partner Philo in to scale their workforce. But we're also now that we have scaled the workforce, where we brought like 30 bodies in there.
Okay.
Through different strategies, both of guerrilla marketing and ads and
love it,
and direct messages being sent out from the pages and things like
that's
that. You know what I mean? But now we're going into lead generation for the different companies. So the companies are public adjusting, contracting, and solar. You know what I mean?
There you go.
And that's kind of why we have a close relationship with realtors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know you probably help them with their lead gen, right?
Yes, sir.
We don't help them with that, but we help them like once they do have the lead and they make the sale and they want to provide some more value to the homeowner. We help them with solar.
Oh, let's go.
You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Or other home improvement stuff that are tied into like the energy efficiency government funding.
I love it.
Like HVACs and all that boring shit.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
It's good. It's good. No, I love that. Yeah, we're more on like we like either start them up, scale them up, or ramp them up, right? And every single business out there, this business's website, that business's ads, whatever. For us, we're like, there needs to be a customer journey. So you got to bring them from a startup point, which is like, what's a startup? Build your brand, build your website, build your lead pages, and who you fucking trying to target. First time home buyers, move up buyers, whatever it is. Then get them into the ramp up. Okay, now we need to start getting into social media and YouTube. And we'll help you with the thumbnail and the copy and getting the videos out there and start doing your coming soon, just sold, just listed, and doing some of the ad type stuff. And now we're getting into scale up. Let's edit your videos and do full scale, right? And so that's what we've been doing. We just launched our scale up program, I want to say probably about 60 days ago. And we got 5. We're on track for 2 more, close one tomorrow morning, which is going to be 7. It's $5,000 startup at $2,000 a month.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So getting into that world, because I feel like you got these coaches that don't offer marketing and they know what the fuck they're talking about. So we actually meet the clients, and whether it's a startup, it's going to be say once a quarter. If it's ramp up, it's every other month. If it's scale up, VIP every single month. So you have that accountability. Then you also have that foundation and that marketing, and then you have that specific focus intention, and where attention goes, energy flows. Where right now, my sister-in-law, literally, it took her crazy story, bro. So I met my wife on Instagram. She had some app that was like liking, commenting, all that shit. Next, you know, she comments on one of my things, and then I was just like, comment back, and then she saw it. So we're going back and forth on Instagram, and the next, you know, we go out and a little date or whatever. And she has a twin sister, and she will Coldwell Banker. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, let me meet your sister. And I wasn't trying to sell her or nothing. She looked at me kind of weird. I'm like, why she look at me like that? And then my wife tells me later on that she's like, yeah, she looked at you and said, that's your next husband, and that's the father of your children.
Wow.
Yes, from that meeting, bro.
Wow.
6 years later, she's doing FISBOs, making calls, door knocking, all the traditional stuff, even hired coaches that were our referral partners. And 6 years later, she finally signed up for our services, and she's been filming the video. She's on the scale up program, and she literally had someone call her and said, if you got into this earlier, I watched your video for downsizing, I would have used you.
Yeah.
Think about how many hundreds of thousands of dollars she spent on all the other things. And then yesterday's video, someone said, oh my God, I love this video. This gives me more insight to the neighborhood I might want to move to. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy that like how things have gone to where they are going now, like the 7 triggers to yes, to people buy from someone they know, like, and trust. Like if you just add that value, honestly, I feel like with YouTube, for any business that's listening right now, if you just to add the value, do what you're doing with the vlogging and your vibe, create your tribe, they're gonna be like, no matter what, Adrian's my guy. Right. I want to work with him because he's fucking dope. Right. I don't care what ads or what I see or anything. Like I know who his son is. I know who his partner is. I know where he lives. I know what he drives. I vibe off that shit, and I want to work with them.
Right. If I'm a realtor, I need you on my team. Right.
You know what
I'm
saying?
Listening to what you're saying. I'm like, these guys can't fail if you're with them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
100%.
That's amazing. Yeah, bro. And then for real estate, I mean, dude, like I'm a creative dog, so it's like I'm thinking, I'm looking at the real estate landscape, and I'm like, all right, what's missing from it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and okay, like let me one thing at a time. The referral partners.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the time, that shit don't work.
Nope.
90% of the time, referral partnerships are just a fucking nice way to say I like you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
It's almost like, yeah, I'll send you business, but dude, it's Tuesday. I'm worried about my business.
Yeah,
I can't remember that you're the HVAC guy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm just trying to sell a home.
Yep.
Right. So how do we help referral programs not fail? We got a couple call centers, bro. You said you got people in the Philippines.
Yes, sir.
We do too. Egypt and Sonora, Mexico, right?
Okay.
So 3 different places that we utilize when we outsource our work.
Okay.
Right now, these call centers, they do the job for you. So for example, like you're a realtor, you don't have fucking time to take care of your referral partners to make sure that they're eating.
Yeah.
You're trying to make sure that you're eating.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? So maybe you can help your referral partners by letting this call center process everything for you. So now Jasmine's calling on your behalf as a realtor. I'm like, how's the home been?
Yes.
I know you just guys spent last Easter there. How was that? What blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Really open that up. Maybe send them a link for the Google review while the conversation is happening.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
So secure them a review.
Yes, sir.
But then ask for a favor, man. You know, now it's like, well, what's your utility bill like?
Okay.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
You know, say the realtor's name is Clarissa. Clarissa wanted me to make sure that you guys are taken care of on your utility bill. She has access to some energy programs.
Okay.
And she wants to see where you guys are at with it. Do you have that with you right now? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, or no, it's on the app. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're gonna get it.
Exactly.
Then we get the utility bill. We do the whole process for Clarissa, the realtor.
Yes.
And then boom, we put solar on the home, and Clarissa gets a check wired to her ass.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
So yeah,
dude, that's 100%. A lot of agents, and there's we had Closer Pros on the show. Shout out Closer Pros. They help out with the CRM and the follow-up systems and stuff like that. Because a lot of agents, they fall off. They get because the problem is they don't understand that they have a business. That means you need to have a P&L. You have to understand your standard operating procedures, your key performance indicators, and you got to be focusing on income producing activities. And anyone watching right now, that's the basic fundamentals of your business. If you're not paying yourself a paycheck, then you're fucking up. Because at the end of the day, it's not about your next commission check, because then you're not saving for taxes, and you're not saving for marketing. You're not saving for your paycheck, and then you're not taking out the taxes up front. So you don't have a huge tax implication later on. I've had agents call me and say, we got to cancel, got a $50,000 tax implication. Like, what? You got other problems then. Right. But right there with you, I love that. I think a lot of agents out there, and everything, Adrian's information is down below. That's great, because that helps win that like, hey, I'm servant first. Like, we already went through the transaction. There's more to be said here and more opportunities. And first time saying this on the show or really publicly, I'm looking at dabbling into the insurance world, because the insurance world, from life insurance to freaking to whole life to term policies, like right now, because the real estate industry, rates are high, low inventory. It's not a lot of movement going on right now. And that's a direct key performance indication if agents are going to spend $5,000 and $2,000 a month if they're not at that top 10%, right? Because right now, the top 10% does 90% of the business in the real estate industry, right? So that puts a narrow market for us. But dude, the insurance world, dude, I'm about to get someone on the team tomorrow on a scale-up plan. We're going to do some testing. His brother-in-law is doing 1.2 million a month, 14.4 million at 10% on his downline from doing life insurance. Fucking crazy, right? Those guys, I mean, my guy I'm about to bring on, I've known him for like 20 years. He comes on, his goal is 100,000 a month. 100,000 a month, pay us $2,000. That's chump change. That's a couple $100 for him. You know what I'm saying? And so, even agents out there could be thinking about how do they not just do what you're talking about, but also protecting the family and the investment, because if some shit goes on, knock on wood, you know what I'm saying? You got to have money for the funeral. You got to have money to pay off the house and whatever else, dude. I got a guy that had, an amazing wife. He's amazing. They're bodybuilders, the whole night, living in California. The wife is going over some train tracks and there was some glitch shit, and the train hits her, fucking kills her on the spot. And then next, the son is literally in critical condition. What he had to do? No life insurance, no nothing. He had to get that GoFundMe account to get $200,000 to fucking give him a sabbatical, take care of the son, and just try to get his mind right again. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things I think people out there don't understand, especially, and I like where this is going for these real estate agents out there, these mortgage professionals out there, because they don't got their shit right. They can't even get shit right for their actual clients themselves.
Correct. And it's cool, man, bro. Like, you really are hitting it on the nail. Think about the family. Think about the home. You sold them a property, but you need to think about the home dynamic.
Yes, sir.
What's going on inside of there that you can bring some more value to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even if you're like, say for instance, like we get a little bit more like casual and entertainment with it. Like you're a realtor.
Yeah.
You have all these homeowners in the valley. They want to do stuff. Like, why don't you have strategic partnerships with guys that like Dave and Buster's? Like give your homeowners like a little in on Dave and Buster's for the kids. You know,
restaurants,
what I mean?
anything.
Like, who knows? There's so many ways to provide that value, and life insurance is definitely one of them. You know what I mean? Huge.
It's huge.
I got a couple buddies in that game too, and they're raking it in. So
dude, I know. Yeah, it's a whole nother level, and that's where I feel like people need to think differently when it comes to that perspective, because I feel like the game is going to change because the bar is going so much higher, and it's only a matter of time. Because let's be real, the leaders of B aren't the ones that are fucking leading. It's us as the citizens that see the problems that are coming together and being like, we could do things better. And then it's that top 10% in any industry that's like, fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Andy Elliott and his team, they're like, we have to set bigger standards. What the fuck's going on here? But then at the end of the day, not to get off topic, you know what I'm saying? Our schools are like, don't discipline our children. And the schools are like, oh, it's all good if they want to do this, they want to be a cat or whatever the fuck it is. But we're not setting up our youth for success because they're all pansies.
Fucking confused and fucking sad.
They want that shit, bro.
It's fucking weird.
They want that shit,
100%,
dude. And even like, I'm gonna call it for what it is. Even someone like yourself who's successful and doing what you got to do, you're still fucking dealing with trying to get your mind right. You feel me? Yep. Like, and so am I.
They're putting it in the water.
They're putting in the water, bro.
Dog. Like, you're saying this, and I already know who I'm talking to. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
And I completely agree. I don't even want my fucking son in a public school anymore. So he's about to start school in August, September.
How old is he?
5.
He's 5. My daughter's 4.5.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Going to kindergarten.
We got to get him together, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, let's do it. Come on over.
Let's go. Let them do a pod together.
Hey, I call it business meetings, bro.
Straight up.
It's a business meeting. We'll talk about some documents.
100%. But yeah, dude, I don't want my son to go over there and they tell him like, yeah, you guys came from tadpoles and like, if you guys want to be, you're a boy, but you want to be something else, you could be like, that doesn't make sense to me. We're wasting time.
Yes.
On valuable, like, time is limited. So
of course, 100%. Dude, my daughter's been at Primrose Private School, so shout out Primrose, has been great. Yeah. Now she's going to a charter school, so she'll be using wearing a uniform and all that type of stuff. But I don't even know. I'm gonna give it a try, and then she might have to be homeschooled. I don't know, because at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna be traveling and doing a lot of different things, because it's one thing just in the States alone, but I'm talking about developing nations, bro. Like, this morning, I was on a meeting right now with basically some guys that are in Nicaragua, and like, literally, they're at a point where they're like, we need water, better water. We need to have poultry, and we need to have eggs, and we need to have a hospital, and we want to do some real estate shit. And like, I was pitched on like $155 million investment for us to be able to develop this nation, bro. And like, that's what I think, that like, if we came together as a society, fuck the bullshit that I just need to eat. let's attract the right people to be able to go to the next level, even with the Andy Elliott group. All right, cool. You did 300 million in 3 years. That's great, and you're helping people out. But on a micro level, bro, let's go fucking bigger. Let's go see fucking the Andy Elliott group in another country, meeting the fucking royalty and shit, tearing it up, fucking making a big difference. You want to talk about viral, bro? You want to talk about being able to make a big ass fucking impact? That's where I'm headed, bro. Like, that's what I want to do to fucking serve and do so much more.
That's huge.
And just get out of this whole like, yeah, money's whatever. But I already told myself after that event, 3 million a year is my income in 3 years. I'll be making $250,000 a month, and by the end of the year, I should be at like $250,000. But like, you know what I'm saying? That's just going to give me the freedom to say, yeah, I got you. I'll invest fucking $5 million in your water plantation so we can do 10,000 water bottles for a day and be able to help out this developing nation so we can give them an opportunity. Because I guess what? I'll tell you one thing. One of the reasons why I don't hire people in the States, because no one in the state is more passionate, deliberate, and amazing as the people that I have in the Philippines. They fucking love their job. They are passionate.
Grateful.
They're grateful.
They're
people
grateful,
in fucking
man.
the States are just like, oh, fucking, just like fucking, yeah, take your little checks and let the government pay you out. And you're just turning into a fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, and I'm not saying that negatively. I don't want to say that negatively. I'm just saying that like people are being raised as these soft individuals, and Andy Elliott already talks about it. And it's so sad, bro. Like it's taken me, like, I've been an entrepreneur since like forever, but like working for myself since like 23. And I'm still on the journey, but it's taken me forever to get to a point where like I'm fucking done. Like, this is how much I'm making. This is what I'm looking like. In 90 days, I'll be putting pictures out there and you watch, shredded as fuck.
I fucking know it.
Done.
100%.
Done.
Yeah. You know, thinking about everything that you're saying, right? Like, like your identity is reaching new levels.
Amen.
Where you see yourself as Norman is able to help Nicaragua.
Let's go.
Right? Like, that's huge, right? That's a difference between Norman 15 years ago, I imagine.
Oh my God, for sure, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
And so for me too, like I'm thinking right now, like, dude, if Norman was part of a fucking billionaire family, what would he be thinking? Who would he be around? What conversations would he be having? And how would he be leveraging those relationships for you know, I mean, fucking success. You know, positive movement upward. Or just life. But like, it's that identity, like tapping into, like, you know, if you were in that family like from the beginning, you'd probably be talking to fucking diplomats and ambassadors, and leveraging like huge real estate deals and helping them fucking market to their fucking public. And things like that. So it's like, to hear you say that right now, like, I already know you're tapping into a higher identity. And that's dope to me, because I'm in the same process.
Let's go.
Like I'm trying to figure out, like, all right, like every day I ask myself, like, what does billionaire Adrian do?
Let's go.
You know what I mean? How does he dress? Who's he hanging out with? What kind of conversations is he entertaining? How is he perceived? How does he feel? You know what I mean? When he walks into a building, you know what I'm trying to say? Those type of things, because I need to adopt that identity ASAP, because like we've seen it. We've seen it. Like a lot of money is not a lot of money.
No,
it disappears
hella fast.
Hella fast. And so it's like, why does it disappear? Because we don't have the identity that matches sustaining and growing that. We have the identity of being able to hustle hard to get it, but that's different from a billionaire, bro. 100%. Billionaires are not hustling hard to get it. They simply know who they are. They know where they should be, 100%. And they insert themselves in the right conversations, and they're high leverage conversations.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like this, like we're having right now.
100%.
It's a fucking $1 billion fucking conversation.
100%. Yeah, I had some things in mind when I was reading everything in your bio and the questions that you were asking.
Oh, let's go,
like
bro. Let's go.
I mean, I'm like, shit. Like, how can we do this? But yeah, we'll talk about that.
I love that, man. And that's how I just, and at the end of the day, I like to also kind of like let it free flow with it being like intro and oh, here's your question. Look at the Joe Rogan, man. He's crushing it, bro. It's just nuts. And so, and I have a co-host, Dan Gandy. Shout out to him. He helped for a long time and whatnot. And and that's for the online version of the show, where now we're in person. because at the end of the day, I want to be able to vibe out, have fun, and just make it so it's true, authentic, and real, and put out conversations for people to think about. Because at the end of the day, yes, they're grinding. Yes, you got to take care of your bills. Yes, you got to take care of your family. But the thing is that no one really thinks about is that everyone is just sidetracking each other because everyone has something to sell, something to say, and all the things. Right. Because we're a collective consciousness that's fragmented. Because if we were on the same wavelength as a collective consciousness, we wouldn't have half or any of the problems that we have. But they don't want us to be a collective consciousness because they want us to fucking fall on our faces. They want us to fucking fail. And they don't give us the tools that we need to learn
and conquer.
Because they want to fucking divide us, bro. What do you think? Fucking all the bullshit is so segregate. You're fucking brown. You're fucking what? Who fucking cares? We're fucking human beings. Yep. You feel me? Yep. Like at the core, we're all the fucking same. But they want us to be like, oh, you're there. Oh yeah, left wing, right? All that bullshit. Yep. But I think we're starting to wake up. People are starting to wake up and get to that point of like, okay, there's more.
What part of California are you from, bro?
So I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Antioch. And then from Pittsburgh, Antioch, then I moved into, I would call it Pleasantville. So Pleasanton, Livermore, Dublin area. And I got to see both sides of the coin. So I'm actually writing a book right now. What is it called? I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it's like a spin-off of what really inspired me was Think and Grow Rich. And it's called Think and So It Will Be. And so I'm going to be doing a book about, because I got to see both sides. I got to see the fucking shit. I got to see the drugs, and I got to see the beating, and I got to see death and all that shit. And then I got to see the other side. I got to see like, oh my God, like parents being together and like raising a family and shit. And the family has a business and Thanksgiving happening and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like houses like this and shit. Like this is the first, I was always in complexes. This is the first actual freestanding home I've ever owned in my whole entire life. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very humbling to be able to be on both ends of the coin. And when you brought up that whole, like, if I came from like a billionaire family, well, dude, the influence would be real, and I would probably follow in the footsteps of what was there, unless I had some other type of, I don't know, plan.
Well, I mean, yeah. So it's like, it's either you follow in the footsteps, or you take the Princess Diana route.
Yes.
And you're kind of like a rebel to the way that things have been done.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm like that guy, right?
Hell yeah.
But you know, I look at it like this, bro. I only feel comfortable now in those higher leverage conversations.
Let's go.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like if I'm not in that, I'm like, I feel a little confused. I feel like I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm out of place.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So I like it too. I'm like, fuck yeah. It's like I'm at where I need to be at in my life. Like especially like, you know, joining this conglomerate with Alpha Army and shit like that. Like it's been huge for me because now I'm consistently around the right people.
Let's go.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like you know, shout out Rio Sario. He's on the PJ with Andy right now.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? And that's who I'm around every day.
Yeah.
I'm upstairs in the podcast room and we're talking marketing strategy and like finally I'm here and it's consistent. Yeah,
yes,
I used to, you know, 6 years ago I'm having marketing conversations and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like I have to go out of my way to fucking find them and connect it. You know what I'm trying to say? But now I'm just in the network. I'm around them constantly, and now it makes sense. Now it's like, now I'm in this place like, all right, like how do I lift off from here?
Let's go.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because like now I am in the right platform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's like, all right, so I'm on the right platform. Let me perfect this identity a little bit more.
I love it.
Get a little bit more serious. Honor the platform. Honor the platform. If you're on a platform where you're connected with fucking top level guys like you, and you're surrounded by all these higher thinking individuals, you should honor it by matching it.
Yes,
you know what I'm trying to say? And not just matching it, but pushing what that standard even is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
the Elliott Group is doing. You know what
100%.
I mean? Because they are challenging what success looks like. You know what I'm trying to say? And they're hitting a lot of shit on the fucking head. You know what I mean? Especially with fitness and how it's connected. And I think about it, bro. Like, all right, so I'm driving and I'm in the West Valley and I'm in some fucking hood spot and I'm watching the people and I'm seeing them walk into Circle K and walk out with these chip bags and these sodas.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And then I'm in Scottsdale and I'm seeing people walk into Sumo Maya and they're having fucking sushi instead. And they're not overeating, and they have a water with them while they're eating. So it's like it truly is an identity thing.
It is.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
so
sir.
like I just so I kind of come from both places.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So like what I'm trying to do right now is figure out like how do I just completely destroy that shit? Because it doesn't serve me. Even the shit that I embrace, like the fucking, you know, being the black sheep rebel, smoke weed entrepreneur type of guy.
Yes,
it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me to the highest level. Like I've already seen what level of success I can achieve with that identity.
Yeah.
And guess what? That level of success, I wasn't able to sustain because of the identity.
Exactly.
You end up losing it. So you know who I'm following heavy right now is Wes Watson.
Okay.
And he talks about it so much, bro. And he's fucking. That dude got to be one of the realest dudes in the fucking world. Like I'm really looking at him. I'm like, shit, bro. Like he speaks nothing but facts, and it's another level. It's like it's a little deeper. It's almost on its collective consciousness stuff that we're talking about. You know what I mean? If you watch some of his recent posts, that's what he's on.
I love that shit.
But my homeboy Shane Estelori, he linked up with him. He's part of his program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, if you go to Wes Watson's page. My homie Shane's video on his page did better than everybody else's shit.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to
Congrats.
Shane. It's dope, bro. But you see, this is what we're around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm starting to realize it. Like, Adrian, you know, as much as you want to be what you think is acceptable, you need to have a whole new idea of what that is.
Take it to a whole nother level.
100%.
Yeah, I think everything in life. And I hate to cut it short.
Yeah.
I gotta show it for the team because we're about to do our first Wednesday mindset meeting. And I feel like, you know, and ending on my side, then I want to hear how you want to end this as well. Is that every single thing that you do in life needs to be earned. It's not good enough to say I can do Uber Eats or just go to fucking 7-Eleven and just get those chips and all the type of things. If you want better for yourself, then you got to think about what you're watching, who you're around, what you're consuming all day, every single fucking day to raise the vibration. And when I think about smoking, that's a treat. I earned that shit. All right. I did what I needed to do. Now I'm good to go. So as we get here at the end to close out the show, what do you want our viewers, listeners to take from our episode as we put bookends on it? And then we're going to do a part 2 to this episode because obviously we could vibe out and go even further. And I want to do this again when we can just kind of like, go a little looser with it, you know what I'm saying? Like a weekend, evening, chilling type situation. So
maybe I'll invite you out to the Alpha Army podcast.
Let's go.
Come on, man.
Let's do it.
Man, really what I want people to take from this is bro, like I had every reason to give up. We had every reason to give up.
Yes, sir.
You have every reason to give up. Every single day there's a reason for you to act at a subpar level. And you should completely reject that. You should start thinking about why you do the things that you do.
Yes.
And for everybody else that's already in business, man, audit your landing pages. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Let's go. Hey, shout out. Give a round of applause. Hey, down below, there's going to be links. Go check out Adrian. I appreciate you, man. You're the real motherfucker. And I got to say that I didn't even think about it, but like definitely want to be on the podcast, want to get them on stages. I've already talked to my team about it because at the end of the day, I just want to be able to serve, show up, and just show out. And I think this is like one of the, if not the best wild card episodes we have so far, bro.
Fuck yes.
I appreciate you, man. Let's go.
Brother, love you, dog. Let's go.
Go. That was fun.